G'day, hi, and welcome. It's 1:30, 1:26. Time for an adventure. It's time around. Food. Okay, exhibit A. Got some more black walnut. Got another one today. Only one fell today. I gotta show you my treasure of the day. It's a little bit windy out, so well, we'll get to those in a second. That's the treasure of the day. Treasure find of the day. So I dug out there a little bit more. Starting to dig it back a bit now. Big job. Big job. Didn't do much in there, so. But I'll show you what the treasure of the day is. But first, let's have a look at my plants. Look at these lazy cactuses just lying on the ground like that. I had them all standing at attention this morning when I left. They're looking a lot better though. This one there is not flopped over like he was. No, they're just going to hang out on the grass. I'm just going to lie on the grass like a lazy bastard. That's what I'm going to do. Check out these. My grandfather's trowels. God knows how the handles are kind of rough, but they're still usable. Got to kind of clean them up a bit, but this one's going to be a useful one. Could have used that this spring there when I did the freaking step. Ain't that cool? My grandfather was awesome. Old trowels. It's a bit windy day today, but I did burn a little bit. I'm just letting it burn down. It was all those like backings from like oh yeah, there's still a little bit of flamage in there. It's all the backings from like the dressers and stuff. It's mostly like paper. But I did find, I got to find out whose it is. I don't know if I want to use that kind of styrofoam though, but there is big things of styrofoam in there, and it's probably my uncle, so I'll ask him if he minds if I use it to go around the base of the house. But I want to show you something. Something I discovered that you can't see until like there was frost this morning, and you can't see nothing. Like there's probably a whole bunch of stuff in there too. Like you just can't see it until the foliage dies a little bit from the fall. Okay, guys, you can see how much has come up, just like where I went through it. Okay, and you can just see how much is underneath there. There's gonna be so much to burn, but I can't burn too much today. So I want to show you. So I looked in the treasure chest, and that's where I found the trowels. I think we looked in here before. There's some. You either call them maple syrup jugs or shine jugs, whatever you want. My brother put some in there. And the roll of wire. The roll of wire is still good. I don't know what that thing is on the bottom, but I got to get all this stuff out of here and whatever. But you sort of see in there, I got to clean all this out. This is going to be a job and a half. I won't really be able to come in here with the brush cut. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way with the pruning shears, just because there's so much metal and stuff. Paul and I took a ton out of there, but we were only able to get in so far because you can't get to the back because of the briars, right? But I will show you. When the winds die down, I want to leave my fire too unattended. And this is a destruction I did there last week. There, you see, you throw your hay or straw up there. You load it up there. I've never seen that one, the upper one open, but it was. So this is all got to be cleaned up at some point, but we can't use that door because it's blocked. But it's died off enough there. Oh, there's the wire. Standing on the wire. This is the old chicken coop. How's everything looking in here? I'm going to be doing a massive clean out in here. Like a little cracked window. Like, why would I keep that? Oh, but it's still good. Now they're all cracked. Oh yeah, that one's not bad, but I like this foam and stuff cleaned up. But this is the old chicken coop here. And there's still some, I don't know if that's any good or not, but the watering thing's still good. I'll keep it. But there's some tin pieces of a stove. There's some of the old fence. The pig pen is kind of like off there. I'll have to see how far I can get in. But all this is going to get cleared, guys. The only 3 trees that are a real problem here is right at the top. My aunt wants me to knock those off because technically that's on her at the top of the little hill here, right here. And but the problem is they're leaning, and I don't want to hit the. If I can get them to fall that way, no problem. but I think we're gonna need like the assistance of a backhoe. But look at all this stuff here. Like this is all got to come down. These have all got to come down. They look kind of dead anyway, but they're not. They're Manitoba maples. It's gonna be a job getting these out of here, because this is where my chicken coop belongs. But anyway, yeah, this is the dilapidation of my chicken coop. So like, I don't know, like all this stuff I have to take to the eco center. Can't burn that, but all the wood parts I'll burn. The tin I'll keep, or junk. You know, styrofoam. Oh, okay, had styrofoam. Oh, okay, I guess that was for the laying hens for the winter. Like, where does all the styrofoam come from? Now, mind you, that styrofoam might be part of the other. Now, this door right here, that's kind of sort of dilapidated. This door was the only door that kept me and my cousin from like severe rooster doom, the meanest rooster in the world. We just referred to him as the mean bastard. Finally, we did tease him a bit, but you know, still, his attitude problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so Paul and I didn't get that last time. It's just the furnace. Oh, you can see some of the old fence right there, lying on the ground. Just for, man, the cleanup in here is going to be something severe. More metal in there. I got as much. I think, but Paul and I took at least 2 tons out of here the last time. The only thing I want standing here is these 2 barns and the granary. The granary is like if I ever own the place, the granary would stay. It's good. It needs a new roof. I'd knock down these 2 old barns, even though they're nostalgic. But guys, these things, they're still pretty good. It's just, you know, what I'd like to do is knock down these 2 old barns and build one nice big barn, big red barn, right? And then have like this all fenced off, like all the way up the hill a bit, down right around here. It's almost an acre. Lots of farmland there for animals. You know, I don't think I'll ever get a horse, but the horse gate is still there. There's another. My aunt has the other gate from. There was 2 main. Well, when I was a kid, there was a fence went up here. You can see parts of the old fence right on the ridge there. That's coming out. There's no point keeping it. That fence is older than me. It's still standing. That's a testament to some good craftsmanship. But basically, the whole property was like fenced off. You know, like the family land, I think, is like 250 acres, 150 to 250 acres. Nobody really knows exactly how big it is, but it's big. And it was fenced the whole way around because it was all cow pasture, right? That was many moons ago. Many moons ago. And then there's, but I got some treasure of the day. Got it cleaned up a little bit. Got 1 black walnut. Found a couple of cinder blocks. I'll show you my cinder blocks. I did find those. Another little spot that I got. I was scouting around. So, I don't think I got to foam the window. I can't see up there too much. I got to do something about the gap though. With that I can stuff something in there. This window, not looking too bad. I mean, you know, for the age of the building, eh? But the door, this door, they just jammed that. My brother and my dad just jammed that in there real quick because the other door was so rotted out. I definitely got to put something in there. I don't want to put insulation in there, maybe more of that spray foam. And then on this side, just kind of keep some of the gap coming in, you know. So that window doesn't look too bad. It's mainly the back windows that I got to do. But there's my 2 cinder blocks. And there's a couple more stuff in here, but I got to wait to clean that up. That don't matter if I clean it up this year, next year. The idea is so I can come in tight with the lawnmower. Tight. And then, you know, right around there, there's a big ass rock somewhere over here. Right there. That's where the big ass rock is. Still got to dig this out. But the back windows, see, even them, I don't know if I have to use it. Oh, I see that jerk with wings. Where are you going? I can imagine that. There must be a gazillion wasp nests up in there. Oh, I'll wait till it's a really cold day and that they're all sleeping in their beds. I'll murder them in their sleep. Jerks with wings. I got to get this out of here before I bury it. Yeah, no, the windows, I thought I was going to have to foam, seal them up with the foam there. So I'll just hang on to that foam until something pops up. But you can see I'm coming along in the back wall. It is a lot of digging. I did a little bit of digging today, not too much. Little bits at a time this weekend. I've got to get this out of here, like so I can dice this thing up and burn it. So same with all that other wood, burn it all, and then get it here. Find more stuff to burn. I got to move that mattress over to the side again so I can get by it, just so I can get into the pile. It's hindering progress. That big foam in the back, it's not the right type of styrofoam. I don't want to have to buy styrofoam if I can help it, but if I have to, well then, whatever. That other stuff, that white stuff, it just all turns to, the birds and everything peck at it. So it's, you see like cinder block there. I got to pull out cinder block there. That's where a pick comes in handy, pulling those big heavy bastards. I got quite a few good cinder blocks. Obviously you keep stuff like that. Anything industrious you got to keep. Like I said, my grandfather wouldn't have bought stuff unless it was useful, but he had a whole set of trowels there. I bet you those things are older than me. Those things are probably, 80, 100 years old. Who knows? But it's cool though. Very cool. I mean, they're rusty. They're very rusty, but they're still functional. Okay, I'm sure a professional mason say, no, you have to have, the best ones ever. Yeah, it's just coals now. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want. Burn it to ashes. Burn it to ashes, and then I gets rid of more junk. Got 3 bags of leaves for my client. I'm gonna leave those leaves right there. Oh, the gas can. This thing had basically varnish, and I'm letting it air out. I put the gas in another little container. There was just a couple spoonfuls. I can smell the bad gas from here. Ugh. I'm gonna really let that air out. I'm gonna use that for my lawnmower. I think that's a nice little. See, what I do is I'll do my two-stroke mix in that one, because that one is 5 liters. So you put 2 of where are they? Where's my little? Hey, who took my mix? Oh, my mix is over there. So see that little tiny right there? Yeah, you put 2 of those in that. Fill it right to the line every time, and it's perfect 50-to-1 mix. And then what you do, so you don't have to lug that big guy around, you can have more room in your, because if you burn that much fuel in your chainsaw in a day, you are very busy, very busy. I don't think there's enough hours in a day to burn that much fuel in a chainsaw. You never know. You might burn. I don't know. I don't know how long. I mean, I'll whippersnip all like all. Yeah, no, you'd never burn all that. There's no way to burn that in a day unless you got a really, really inefficient chainsaw. But anyway, yeah. So I got that can just airing out. So for the weekend, don't have the cap for it, but that's okay. This is going to stay here anyway. Now I just need to. I got a nice funnel on there, so that's good. I got to go through my traps. Gotta see which ones are functioning. There's 3 new ones there. Good. 2 new ones. 2 or 3. That's 2. Yeah, that's right. The 3rd one got taken away with the dam when the dam broke. Damn. And then I got the 2 others. So I got to see how all those are doing. My client this morning picked me up. That was I kind of forgot a bit, but I was all excited to tell her about her. Basically, yeah, I'm going to be trapping the beavers, and it'll help out her property too, right? And she was just like, oh, I was talking to Mr. Such and Such, and he said, you're going to be trapping over there. I said, yeah. So she was very happy about that. So we'll get those pesky beavers. So I'm going to do some stuff in here. Not sure what kind of stuff I'm going to do in here. I got to play around with the 8 string. I figured I'd do that at 2 o'clock. So I did a little bit of work in here today. Not very much, but not in here per se. I'm going to do about 2 or 3 more things. I just wanted to show you some of that cool stuff where my chicken coop's going to go and stuff like that. A lot of clearing back there. Got to knock down a lot of trees. They're not a lot of big trees, but there's a lot of trees. The big trees are right up on the top of the hill at the back corner there to the right, so you can see the clump of them. And then over there down going towards the water, getting all that done. That'll be gooder. And then just briars and briars and briars and miles of briars and miles of briars. That is a lot of briars. I'm not gonna lie to you, that is a lot of briars. But I'll get it all. The barns are gonna look good though once they're all like uncovered and all that. But there's a lot of fencing and stuff in there too. I gotta watch out for. So I can imagine I'm gonna damage a few things going in there with the brush cutter. Zing, ting, hit something metal. I'm gonna have to make. There's probably a couple of tons of metal that I don't even know about that I'll be taking out of here. So uh, can't see. You could barely see my cousin's place in the background, but once this is all cleared out, probably be able to see it a bit better. He'll like it. He'll be able to see all the way this way. It'll be a nice. Uh, Him and the kids and the missus will be able to watch the sunset, right? So, and then when I clear all this, my aunt will be able to sit up on the swing because my aunt and my uncle used to sit on the swing all the time. My uncle's no longer with us, God rest him. But he used to clear the whole way down so you could see the bridge and the road, right? And so I'm going to do that again. So again, everybody's like, whatever Reg wants to do with his chainsaw, just let him go. Just let him go. Just let him cut things. let him break everything. Yeah. Yeah, they don't care about the house. They just they want to see the property clear. But like visualizing it from when I was a kid, like it's amazing how much it's grown up. It's unbelievable, guys. And like this is all new stuff too, like the past 10 years. So it's like, wow, it grows in fast. It grows in fast. Like all those Manitoba maples, like right there, those things should be back about 30, 40 feet. that's how much they've grown this way. It's crazy. It is crazy. Anyway, I'm going to do some other stuff, and then that's burnt down enough there. So at least I got rid of that anyway. And then found some trowels. Again, it's going to be neat to, I don't know how many old tools I'll keep, but there's probably a lot of old tools like that I'll probably keep just for sentimental. But it's just, well, I'll have a look at them again. Because I do masonry work every now and then, and I do have, like, you guys can't visualize it now, but like I already see this place exactly what it's going to look like when it's finished. Like I can already see it. You know what I mean? Like I can already, visualize it all. And at some point, I might have to do some, Mario Luigi kind of craftsmanship and build myself some porcelain cement things. And I'll need these. Definitely got to clean them off good. But yeah, this trowel here would be a really good. It looks like it would be a really good one. I think I used this one before, a long time ago when I was a kid. What were we making? I know I was using it with my grandfather. I don't remember what we were doing, but something to do with bricks and mortar anyway. And that's it. I brought that round glass thing back in because I'm afraid I might break it in the shed over there. So I got my tools in. Motorbike's going to go there either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. I'm not sure what day it's going to go. Depends on how much more work I can get this week. It's really hard to say. But yeah, the bike will be down here. The back wall's almost finished for now. So, things are coming along. So if I can get the outside cleaned up a little bit more before the winter, that'd be really nice. That I'll take down next year because that's a big metal step there. Unless my dad wants it for something. I'm just going to chuck it for scrap. Good 500 pounds there, right? Yeah, probably. I think because my uncle got it off of something. And it was like that. That's where that was the clothesline for my grandmother. It just went up to the light thing up there, and because my grandmother used to, like she'd use the dryer every now and then, but like she was still more of a fan of the clothesline. The older people, they grew up differently, So, why waste the hydro if you didn't have to? So she'd still use that. So she had the clothesline right to the end. You know what I mean? And the last one was pretty rickety. It had rotted out, so it was kind of like one of those. The executive decision was my uncle had basically got that step and made a good platform out of it. So I could use it for something else, but the scrap metal, it's just like there's going to be so much stuff, antiques and stuff like that. Once I get into that stuff you're going to find really neat. But there's just so much of it that's never ever, like there's old motors and stuff like that it's never going to get used ever. I mean, it's been in there for longer than I've been alive. It's not going to get used. You know what I mean? And nor would you probably want to try anything out of there. So I'm like scrap metal, you know, unless it has like an antiquity to it or sentimental. I'm not even going to tell people. I'm just going to fucking chuck stuff. You know, like I'll go through it with my dad because he's about the only one that does come down into the granary and stuff like that from time to time. But when it gets to the barns and stuff like that, I want to set the ground like because there's stuff from everybody in there, and I want to set some ground rules that like I'm going to clear it out, but not for everybody just to pack all their shit in there. You know what I mean? Or else I'm not going to bother clearing. Like I'm not going to do all that work for nothing. You know what I mean? I do want to be able to put animals stuff in there. I mean, but the thing is, I don't own the place, right? So, but I'm on month 2. Like today is October 1st. This is month 2, and I think I'm doing pretty well, like for everything I got done, considering you know I got this thing right at the end of my busy season, so it kind of puts me in a position where I was still working enough that but just do a little bit every day. Every day I come down here, just do one little thing, two little things, three little things. You could have 3 goals for yourself per day, and if you could, even if they're small goals, if you do anything more than that, it's progress, right? So like down in here, there's really not much more I'm gonna do other than just keep it clean. Um, I took a nap in this chair again today. It was like, I got home. I was like, okay, I gotta do this. I looked at the time. It was like it was noon. I was like, I'm gonna take a little bit. I got a good 40-minute nap in this thing. Yeah, yeah. Because I did the laundry the other day. Got a little sort of I guess it's a blanket. I thought it was a towel, but it's like that is a freaking huge towel, but a little blanket or whatever. And I was like, I'm just gonna cover myself and take a nap. Yeah, get cozy. And yeah, this thing is pretty. You can pass out in this thing pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, so my objectives are being met for the season for down here. I still have to take a journey into the attic, but I'll do that a little bit later on because it doesn't really matter. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do up there this season anyway, unless I win the lottery, which I did bring down my lottery tickets. They're in here somewhere. My dad bought me lottery tickets for my birthday. That was a couple of months ago, and I've been meaning to this guy. I literally been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to scratch lottery tickets. Just haven't got around to it. So maybe I'll get lucky and I'll win all the money I need to buy the place and fix it up to what I want, and and a vehicle, and yeah, set me up for life so I don't have to work anymore for other people. I mean, I like this is like my client asked me, they said, how do you like in your new place? I'm like, I'm loving it. I was like, yeah, very enthusiastic about it. And all my clients are like, oh, we have no doubt. Tell them I'm going to do this, going to do that. Oh, we have no doubt. So yeah, what I say, I'm clearing the land. Like they believe me. Yeah, yeah. And my dad was saying the other day, he goes, anything, just knock it down. Just do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want. Um, yes, my brother has been down here. My sister-in-law and my nephew's been down twice. My dad's been down twice. And every time they come in, it's a little bit better in here, right? And I don't know how they're going to take it over time that, you know, like everybody's happy up there. I mean, I'm happy up there. I'm happy down here. I'm happy in 2 places, right? They seem to be doing really well up there. Uh, so I don't think it'll get to the point where it's like, like my brother come down here like, okay, the place is fine. It was me and my lifestyle, right? And sister-in-law and the nephew, right? Um, like once they realize that okay, yeah, it's an old house. It's always going to have a bit of a mustard, but the dog smell, like it's now 1 month, since I've been here. The dog smell is very, very faint. It's still present, but it's faint. It's not here. You can't smell. Well, like if you go right into the corner, and again, I still haven't brought the shop back down. I still haven't done Operation Pine Sol yet. I just basically swept the place, and okay, yes, I cleaned out the cupboards and stuff like that with the Lysol and all that. and Febreze, but it's mainly just airing the place out. Is 90%, 95% of taking care of the problem was airing the place out. Well, the biggest issue was all the rotten stuff that was in here. Like in the fridge, like you could smell the fridge from here, because there was rotten stuff in the fridge. So yeah, geez, why were they sick all the time, right? The basement was closed up all the time. I took that suitcase and emptied it yesterday. The red suitcase that the one that I said smelled so bad. I actually emptied it, the contents of it, into the garbage. So that there, like the smell of that, like stuff like that, just just saturated. Especially sitting in the basement like that. So all that stuff, you have to remove it. Like there will be no fabrics in the basement whatsoever, because that's what's going to take on the smells and stuff, right? So, but I got rid of that. The couch, like you walk near that couch, you can still smell it, and that's been outside for a month now, upside down in the woodshed. All the stuff that I got off, all the clothes that I got off the attic, all those bags of clothes, like some of those clothes are probably salvageable, but in general, I'm just going to throw it all out. Unless I find a coat or something that's really of value that can be cleaned. Like I say, the clothes just sitting in garbage bags. Even if the clothes went in there clean, with the mice crawling through the mice crawling through it and just never cleaning up the cupboards and stuff like that. Like they did at first, but it got to the point where you just, there were so many dishes and everything. You guys remember how much dishes and stuff. So they didn't move all that out and put it all back in. I'll never have that problem because I'm never going to have that much stuff in there. And if anything does go in there, it's going to be stuff that's okay. It's in a little box. Take it out twice a year, clean it, whatever. But I'm not even catching mice anymore, so hopefully I got the worst of them. I'm sure there's still lots in here, but they're not. They don't seem to. I don't see their droppings all over the place, right? The dishes. That was. Oh yeah. How dare you doubt my dishwashing abilities? Somebody commented something along the lines of like was it that so like like I you catch me on camera doing the dishes, and then when I'm done I get somebody else to finish it up for me. If I win on the lottery tickets, maybe I'll do stuff like that. So yeah, look, I'm gonna build this project, pay somebody else to build it. Say, okay, here's where I'm at now. Get them to finish up. Okay, here's where I'm at now. Make it look like I did it all. I can imagine there are some people that do that. Like it's just like just to whatever. It's like, okay, well I know how to do it, but I'll do this. When you get to this stage, let me know, and I'll do a little bit on camera, and then whatever. Let you do all the heavy, bulky work, and then there are people that do that, like all these home improvement things. Like what was the guy there? He had a big scandal there. Mark Holmes, was it Mark Holmes? The basically the renovation guy. He had a show for whatever, and like a home improvement show and stuff like that. And everything everybody else did was always a disaster and bad and whatever. And this is how you do it right way, and you do it the right way. But he'd show you like at stages, right? But it's like, yeah, the other two guys working for him are the guys that are actually doing the work. Just they're doing it under his. It's a smart way to do it, because it's like, yeah, I'm the star of the show. I'm not going to do all the actual work. I'll come back in 3 hours. You show me where you're at. You know what I mean? Oh, my candle's flickering. I wonder if it's near the bottom. I didn't show you guys the candle stuff. Reach. See, my candle must be getting close. The wick must be getting close to the bottom. I was doing the. Okay, now it's not going to do it. It was bobbing. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to show you that candle stuff there. Kind of messy. It's been sitting in the room up home. That's like I think 1,000-hour candle or 500-hour candle. And my storm lantern. But another polonized client. Where did I put it? Where did it go? Oh, it's all the way over there. Yeah, I blocked myself in again there because I made spot for the motorbike. Okay. I don't know what I just knocked off the table, but anyway. That's all full of old candles. Gonna have to clean them up there because the rain got into them. But okay, I made a mess is what I did. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I do stuff like that. That was me. I blame nobody else but me. But those candles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I melt them down and make reloads for this thing. And that thing has like 3 candles in it. And I think they last 3.5 hours or something like that. Those storm lanterns are expensive. They're like 60, 70 bucks now, but the single one is like 30 bucks or whatever. I'm going to get a couple of them because they are neat to have. They don't kick off a lot of heat. Like they're not going to heat your house. I did use them on my boat when I was staying on my boat. Not enough to say it heat the boat, but I have cooked meals on it. It takes forever. Like it will boil water, but like it will take forever. They do work. They kick off a lot of light, that's for sure, because there's 3 in there, and then they do add a little bit of heat and stuff like that. But one thing you can do is what I always do is when candles are done is I remelt them again and just get them all back to level again, and then you start over again. Like the wax is there. People will throw like, okay, the candle burns through. Okay, and then they throw out the rest of the wax. No, keep the wax and just who cares? Yeah, when you mix it all together, it doesn't look nice. You're gonna end up with brown candle, brownish, pukey-ish, pea soupish kind of colored candles. But if it functions, it functions, right? So yeah, it'd be interesting. It was an old. They were the 2 barrels or the 2 pails were in a barn, and it's all like just little candle ends like that. And I'm like, why were they burning them like that? Like what? I mean, they could be like really old candles too. Who knows? I don't think so. They look like the storm candles that you just buy at the store. You know, I got a bunch of other candles, whatever. But I'll have to pick up some wicks. I thought I found some wicks for the freaking lanterns the other day, but it wasn't. It was something else. So I was like, I chucked it. I got to pick up some of those. I'm going to see if I can find more storm. Who knows? There could be storm lanterns out in the barn. I hope I could find the more of those old ones. We have one up home for sure, but the other one is missing the chimney. You know, the glass part, they call it the chimney. I love these old lanterns. Like during the winter, I'm gonna have them on like all the time, and I got to stock up on some camp oil. Might get some scented stuff because if I get the pine scented, I wouldn't mind if my place smelled like pine or pine sol. The pine smell I like, citrus smell I like, but pine's pretty nice. So like one of the things like for deodorizing this place is basically to get like if old places are going to take up smells again, they don't always have to be bad smells, but you got to be careful that you don't have competing pungent smells with like sweet smells because that always smells like just 10 times worse. You know what I mean? You're better off to just stick with the bad smell. You know what I mean? But like as I air the place out, it'll eventually take on the better smells. What's my uncle working on? Weed trimmer? Electric? Sounds like a weed trimmer. I have no idea what it is. I could always just get up and look out the window and figure it out. But I'd rather guess a million times, guess wrong a million times. It definitely sounds like an electric whippersnipper. My uncle's got, my other uncle has one. That's still on the electric whippersnipper that my client has. Uh, it's not bad. I like it. I don't know if I'll ever buy one, but if I had to like whippersnip and be quieter, it would be a good investment. But I prefer the two stroke. It's like right. It's like yesterday when I was with using my brush cutter yesterday. There is, uh, I don't know what kind of weeds. It wasn't goldenrod. It was something else. But these like they're like straight, almost like bamboo. They're about 6 feet tall, and they're just like like that. With the you just hear the blade. I was like, I love this, and yeah, it's a fun toy. It's a fun toy. It's nice when you go to work. Like, okay, yes, you're working hard and stuff like that, but it's also cool when you enjoy it a bit. Like anytime, like I use my little chainsaw today to, go through the deck there to get the boards out. So 12 foot, 12 foot board is all I have to replace this time around. I think I've done about 8 boards on that deck. Eventually, I got to do the whole deck, like as the boards rot. This is a really old deck. It's probably about 30, 40 years old, but every now and then there's a board that just gets way too soft on it, and it's like, okay, client's like, okay, I'll pick up the board, and I get the chainsaw, and just, yeah. But I can only use my little saw on that because the big saw is just too fast. I'll cut through too much too quick. Yeah, so I used the little saw. So the tree prawn it today made me $60. Like that little saw, like it's already paid for itself quite a few times. Like you use it once, and it almost pays for itself, right? So I think new it was 220 or 270 for the saw plus tax, whatever it was, and then the big saw was like 1600, whatever it was plus tax. Everything came out to $2,001 and something, and my two chainsaws have now paid for themselves more than once, or about maybe 1.5 times anyway. So not too bad. Especially I bought it at the end of last year, so I've had these new chainsaws almost a year. To be a year next month. Wow, where does the time go, guys? Where does the freaking time go? Anyway, I'm gonna go do one or two more things, and then I'm gonna go play with my 8 string guitar because I needs to. It needs to. It's like 2 o'clock, and I'm gonna be down here for another 2 hours. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work. Then I'm going to play with my 8 string guitar. So I got to get it into. I got to figure out what tuning I'm going to put it in for the weekend for my song. So excited. Anyway, yeah, there we go, guys.